Hello friends, I'm back today with another color and chat. Hold on, let me get closer. So I thought we'd continue work on Daydreams here by Hanna Karlzon, and I like how it's coming out so far. I did this house, which is really cute, and it took me a while to figure out like what colors I wanted these two houses to be, but I think I figured it out. So this one is blue, of course, and this one in the corner is gonna be kind of pinky purples. So we have magenta, lavender, and amethyst purple. And still using the Arteza premium pencils. And remember, they come in this little cylinder. So I hope everybody's doing okay. It's a really pretty day outside today. It's in the 60s and nice and sunny. I've just been hanging out. Let's see. Today I went out and ran some errands. I went to Target, and that's always fun. I love Target. I could spend like hours in Target just looking for nothing in particular. I went down the office supply / school supply section like I normally do. I love all things stationery and coloring, of course. They didn't have anything that really caught my eye this time, which is probably good for my wallet. They have some really good stuff there, though. They usually have those little tins of like 24 Prismacolors. At least at my Target they do. And they have like Crayola, a bunch of Crayola stuff. I did get a notebook to write down like my coloring goals for every month, because I thought it would be a good idea to, you know, kind of light a fire under my butt, so to speak, to get some more coloring done and finished, and, you know, get the most out of my books and supplies. Plus, I can never say no to a notebook. I love journals and notebooks and stuff like that. I probably could have used a blank one that I already own, but I really liked the one I bought. I'll show it to y'all at the end of the video. Hopefully I remember. If you'll notice, I did all of these kind of flowers purple, this like light purple, and I did that with Shuttle Art gel crayons. I just took my water brush and kind of took some off the top of the crayon and put it on the paper instead of scribbling with the crayon on the paper first, because that makes the crayon marks really hard to dissolve, especially these crayons, because they're very like creamy and kind of dense, you know. So it's better to just take some of it off the top of the crayon with your water brush and then just paint it on. The color goes down a lot lighter when you do it that way, but that's okay, because usually you want to go over it with pencil. I didn't go over it with pencil this time because I thought it looked nice the way it was. I don't know if it shows up. Well, no, it shows up pretty good. I've had to tell myself recently that like not every single thing on a page needs to have like shading on it. You can leave some things alone. Which actually is very freeing, because feeling like you have to shade every single object on a picture is, I think, what keeps people from really enjoying colored pencils in general. It keeps people from enjoying, oh my gosh, I can't talk today, you know, colored pencils, because they think, oh, I have to blend and shade all the time and do all these fancy things. And it's like, no, if you just color something straight without shading, it looks fine that way too. It looks really good. We like set these impossible standards for ourselves sometimes, and you know, it takes all the fun and enjoyment out of it. It's supposed to be fun. It's a hobby. You do what you want to do, you know? Just because somebody else colors hyper-realistically or semi-realistically doesn't mean that you have to. You know, they do it because they like it. And if that's what you like, that's okay too. Just don't feel like you always have to make everything look super perfect, you know? I feel like I say that a lot. But it's true. It's because I hear a lot of color tubers say like, oh, I'd use my pencils more, but I always feel like it has to be like, you know, this perfect or that kind of perfect or whatever. And it's like, no. You can just color. It's okay. I promise. No worries. You color for your enjoyment, not the enjoyment of others. As I've said many times before, you do what makes you happy. So I got, after spending a while not buying any coloring related things, this month I bought a few, more than a few actually, but I bought some coloring stuff, and I'm waiting until tomorrow to do a video and show it to y'all, because it's not all in yet. Amazon doesn't always send things, even if you order them at the same time. It probably depends on where they're coming from, or what warehouse they're coming from, or what seller they're coming from, but it doesn't always show up at the same time, even if you order it at the same time, which can be a tad annoying. But it's okay. I can wait till tomorrow. So we're going to put a teeny shadow by these posts. Some days my shadow looks a little better than other days, you know? I think it depends on what your hand wants to do. Also, this is like not a typical color combination for me, but I don't know. I just think these pages look really good when they're vibrant, you know. This one looks like a vibrant, happy place to be, this house. I wouldn't mind living in a house like this for sure. Dun, 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 dun. I've been catching up on my coloring videos on YouTube. Subscribed to a few folks. Always like when I find new to me, you know, coloring channels. It's really fun. I love seeing how differently everyone colors. Alright. I'm wondering if I shouldn't go over it another time with the pink. Yeah, since I'm already doing it. So I'm gonna keep doing it. Make it a little darker. I say pink, it's magenta. Close enough. Every magenta looks different, because if I remember correctly, the Prismacolor magenta is a little darker, more red, and then what does the Polychromos magenta look like? I can't remember. I want to say that one's more purple, but I could be wrong. I can't remember. I don't have my swatch book next to me. It's funny how that is. And people always ask, like, why do you have so many pencils? And one of the reasons is every set has, you know, different shades of the same color name. So every set has a different magenta. For example, you know what this house kind of looks like? It kind of looks like Barbie's house. This does kind of look like a house Barbie would live in, doesn't it? Have you guys ever seen that pink and purple house by the beach in, I think it's Santa Monica, California? And I think, I'm not certain if that's the exact house or what, but I think I read somewhere that's the house where one of the creators of Barbie lives. The woman whose name I can't remember. Is her name Barbara? Or am I just making that up? No, I think her name is Barbara. Anyway, I thought that was pretty neat. Because I have seen that house before in person and I was like, wow, that's a vibrant house. Makes sense though. Actually, I would live in a house like that. I love pink and purple. I wonder if my neighbors would be mad if I painted my front door pink and purple. Probably so. There you go, that's where Amber lives. She's the one with the pink and purple door. We don't know why she did that. I've always liked houses with red doors. I always thought that looked really homey and inviting, you know? I am really liking these Arteza premium pencils. You can tell they're, see, they say premium. And they're triangular. They're cheaper than the Expert pencils. I don't know if, I think they're both wax based. But these feel a tiny bit harder, which is actually not bad because, sometimes the Expert pencils on like this kind of paper can be a little slidey. Is that a word? Slidey? You know, a little waxy and stuff. These are a little less waxy, so that's nice. Plus, I only have the 24 set of the Expert pencils, and this is the 48 set, so I get more colors, which is cool. Alright, let's see. So we're going to color the door lavender. And the roof's lavender. Sorry, the little table I color on kind of shakes. Part of that's my fault because I like was getting up, I was standing up and I put my weight on this table and I like messed up one of the legs, so it like sticks out farther than it should. You know, it's on 4 legs, this table. And I looked underneath it and I had kind of ripped out the leg from the bottom a little bit, and I was like, oh, that's not good. Whoops. Oh well, it's okay. I mean, it's still sturdy, it just does a little shake, you know? That'll teach me to put all my weight on tiny tables. Oh gosh. This is a really tiny, was that even like, did I just color that outside of the line? No. It's just a long handle. Alright, let's see. I'm going to use fine liner for this little pointed roof on this turret. I like using fine liners in this paper. It's funny because in 2016, or was it late 2015? I don't remember. It was the very beginning of my coloring journey. I saw these these are Stettler fine liners, and see, and I saw these at Office Depot, and I was like, oh, I wonder if you could use those for coloring. So I bought like the small set. I think is it 12? I think it's 12. I think it was the 12 pack. But anyway, so I bought them, and I thought, oh, these are really nice. And then I thought I had discovered something new. And then I saw some other ladies using them in their videos, and I was like, well, shoot. I thought I was doing something good over here. Something new. Nope. They had already beaten me to it. Let's see. Should we also do the trimmer on the windows this color too? What do you guys think? I really like this purple. When I was a kid, my room was this purple. Let's see. I think so, yeah. Let's color the inside of the windows first, though. Give them the little blue reflection. You could also give them the, color the windows yellow, like they're glowing from the inside. That's always nice, too. Or you can color them like a light gray, No worries. These are tiny. Have you guys been watching Hanna Karlzon's live streams that she does on Facebook? She uploads them to her YouTube afterwards, usually. She's been coloring in Worlds of Wonder, which comes out at the end of the month, which is her new book. And I gotta say, from watching the flip through, that's my new favorite book. I don't remember if I said that last time or not, but it definitely is. I am definitely getting that one. I'll always support Hanna though. I have every one of her books. She, I think, is the only coloring book artist that I have every book that they've done. Yeah, yep. That's true, because I don't have every Hanna Karlzon or every Ricky, oh my god, Kirby. Roseanne's, I almost called him Ricky. That's definitely not his name. Oh my gosh. It's hilarious. Oh, I tickled myself there. But yeah, she's the only artist I have every book for. I think if I had to rate my favorite Hanna books, it would be, first would be Enchanted Forest, second would be Worlds of Wonder, third would be Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. But as much as I think Worlds of Wonder is amazing, I don't know if it can ever dethrone Enchanted Forest, simply because of nostalgia reasons. Because Enchanted Forest was my first Joanna Basford book. I was watching a video of somebody doing the this or that tag. I think it was Lisa's Coloring Corner. And she picked Johanna Basford as one of her answers. I think it was, the question was Johanna Basford or Hanna Karlzon, which is not a fair question at all, because they're both amazing. But yeah, I think I'd have to go with Johanna too. Simply because I have all of her books. And like I said, nostalgia. Although I have a lot of nostalgia for Hanna Karlzon too. It's one of the reasons why I like this book. There are a lot of memories tied to this book for me. So that's why I want to finish it. This year, hopefully. Like I said before, I've been saying I was going to finish it for since 2018. It's 2021. Time to get your booty in gear. Yay! Okay. So we did our windows. And now we can do the trim around the windows and the roof. We'll be done with that house. It's the final house. So all we have left after that is some of the flowers and stuff like that. But yeah, I went ahead and did the purple flowers with the petals are Shuttle Art gel crayon, and then activated with water, and then the middle is fine liner. And I did some of the leaves with a green gel crayon, and then went over them with color pencil because they were a little splotchy. Those were the ones I was telling you about, how I scribbled on the page first and then tried to activate it with water like I would have my watercolor pencils, but the crayon's a little too thick. So the lines don't disappear like they do with the watercolor pencils, which I kind of figured, but I wanted to see, what would happen. What was it? Oh yeah. Just completely lost my train of thought. I'm gonna do the window trim and then the roof. Would you guys say you color more single-sided or double-sided pages? And I think I would say I color more single-sided pages because I have a lot of CreateSpace books, Amazon paper printed books, and they tend to be single-sided. But I don't mind double-sided books at all. I'll use my pencils. It's good to switch it up for myself every now and then because I'll get a little bored of one medium and switch to another. I was looking at my YouTube analytics and it was telling me that even though my videos are long, because I do that because I personally like longer videos, because I just sit and listen to them while I color or do something else, you know. But I was looking at my analytics, and apparently people only listen an average of 7 minutes before they click off. And I'm like, oh no. What do I say at the 7-minute mark? They're like, nope, not listening to her. It's fine. I just have fun making these, that's all. I know some people listen in parts too, because I do that sometimes. Listen a little while, stop, come back to it, listen a little while. Oh, I think our Barbie house looks rather nice. It would be nice if I could sit outside and do a color and chat and not, like, you know, disturb my neighbors. If I had a yard, I would definitely do that. Especially on a day like today where it's so nice. I'm tired of all this winter stuff. I need some sunshine and some spring wet weather. Even though spring only lasts about 2 weeks over here. And then it goes straight into summer. Moving on to the next window. I've been watching catching up on everybody's coloring book collection videos too, which is really fun. You never know, somebody might have a book you've never heard of. A really cool book. And you'll be like, oh, now I have to add that to my wish list, which has happened to me a couple of times where I'm like, either I've seen it and never seen a flip through, or I just didn't even know it existed. And I'm like, oh, I have to add that now. Not that I need it because I just bought a bunch. And I also purged a bunch, so I don't really think I added any room on my shelf because it just got taken up by new books again. It's a vicious cycle. But yeah, I donated a lot. Not a lot, but a fair amount. So hopefully they get some love. I am definitely a colorist and a collector of coloring books. For sure. But I'm not entirely surprised by that because I've always been very like if I'm really into something, I'm really into it. You know, there's no like gray area. So and I really love coloring, so that's why I have so much stuff. I'm the same way with like novels and stuff. I have a lot of novels, and over the years, I can't tell you how many books I've like donated or given away, you know, and they just keep reappearing in my bookcase. But I think there are much worse things than getting a lot of novels and coloring books. Okay, let's see. Now let's do the roof, which we're going to use, we're going to use amethyst purple for our roof. You know what's really funny about these pencils is, like, when you turn them, on one side it says colored pencil, and then it says, like, premium, and then it says the color, and every time, I'm like, why does it have to say colored pencil? I think we all know it's a colored pencil. Does it say that on the container? Colored pencils? Yeah, it does. Yeah, I don't think you need to, like, put it on the pencil itself. But that's just my opinion. And I think we're going to start doing some of the flowers too while we're here. So are you guys participating in any hashtags this month? It's funny because I don't normally do hashtags or like color alongs, but I enjoy, like, I love the subjects people come up with. It's so creative. And I love the names too. I really need to do more color alongs this year. Maybe I'll write a few of them down that are like going on all year, so I won't forget. I saw these crayons at Target, these Crayola crayons, and they were called confetti crayons, and I'm like, Oh, that looks really neat. I might need those. What I'm gonna do with them, I would have no idea. But they look neat. I've always loved Crayola crayons. They've always had like cool ideas for their crayons. I remember having as a kid, I had the scented crayons and the glow in the dark crayons. And I had glitter crayons too. And this was in the 90s. Way back in the day. It's funny though, because the glow in the dark crayons when I was a kid, they didn't really glow that well. Even if you left your picture under a light, you know. They didn't really show up in the dark that well. I wonder if they've improved the formula. Probably so. I also used to have Crayola as a kid. I had Crayola watercolor pencils. And I remember like it was like Halloween time and I drew a pumpkin with them. And then I tried to like go over it with water, and I was coloring on, do you guys remember that printer paper for like dot matrix printers that was like, you know, like one long ream of paper, and it had like the sides that you tore off with like the little holes. That was really thin paper. And I tried to like draw a pumpkin and then activate it with water with those pencils, and like my brush went right through the paper and like destroyed it, and I was so put off by it. I don't think I used them after that. I was like, nope. It's funny to me that I didn't try to use it in any of my coloring books at the time, but those were also really thin because they were usually always newsprint, you know, that like dark paper. It's really thin. That's newsprint paper, and it's the devil. It's terrible. I'm so glad they started making kids coloring books with just plain white paper now. Not all of them are, but some of them are. Before there was like adult coloring, I used to always buy the kids coloring books that had just like plain white paper in them. I don't think I've showed, like, I have this like Disney princess coloring book that I got from Hobby Lobby a long time ago. And I just use crayons to color in it, and I color like I used to color really hard with crayons, like as a stress relief partly. And it's just so funny because when I look back on what I colored, I'm like, oh my gosh, is that me? Did I color that? That looks like a crayon explosion. But I was really just coloring just purely to get like anxiety out and not really focusing on like the creative part, you know. Which actually that's you know, there's nothing wrong with that at all. But it's just funny to look back on, because I would never do that now. I'm a little too precious about my stuff now. I'll have to show you guys that book sometime. You can get a kick out of it. I know I do. Let's see, I think that book is from 2011. So It was a while ago. I don't have any of the coloring books I had as like a little tiny kid. I wish I did. I was strictly a crayon girl as a kid, for the most part. I did have like those tracing books, you know, like I had a Barbie tracing book where it would have like tracing paper in between every picture, and you would trace on the tracing paper what was on the page. That was fun. And I had a lot of paint with water books. Remember those? Where like the little paint palette would be like on the bottom of the paper. It would look like a little paint palette, and you just put your wet paintbrush on the colors. Or you would just paint straight on the paper with water and the colors would appear. Good times. I had this like giant, I mean it was big, Garfield coloring book at one point, and I made it my mission. I was going to color the whole thing with my crayons, all the pages. And I don't remember like how big it was, but it was big. And oh, you know what? This little spot should be purple like the flower. Oh good, that matched. Anyway, I don't remember how big the Garfield coloring book was, but I was like, I'm gonna do this. And oh, I think I colored one picture, and it took me like a few days, and I was like, you know what? I changed my mind. I don't have the patience for this right now as a 9-year-old. It was a noble effort, though. Kind of as a sign of things to come, isn't it? Because here I am coloring, trying to finish the same book I've been trying to finish for the last couple of years. Alright, let's color some of the flowers. So we're going to do like these, all the flowers that look like this. I'm going to do yellows with like brown fine liner in the middle, but I'll do the fine liner later and the pencil first. So let's put these up. I think our Barbie house looks pretty cool. Let's see. I want it to be pretty bright. Is this yellow? Oh yeah, that's yellow. So let's do this color and this color. So, kind of like the colors we used in our yellow and purple house. So we're going to use lemon yellow and turmeric yellow. And we're going to blend those together. Let's see, so figure out how I want to do this. Should sharpen these first. Oh, okay, good. I was like, can you see that? You can. It's surprising to me how much I like these pencils. Of course, I like the premium ones too. You just never know until you try them yourself. That's the thing. You know how people are always asking about what's the best colored pencil? You gotta try and see it yourself, basically, because everybody has different tastes. Oops. Wrong pencil. I always start with the darker color and then meet with the lighter color. I don't know if I don't think there's any rules to blending. Sometimes I do it differently, it just depends. You know what I really hate though is when I can't remember how I did it. Like I'll look at something and go, huh, how did I blend those together? I wish I knew, that looks really good. And then I can't remember which method I used that time. I hear the neighbor's cat meowing. She's meowing at my cat. I'm pretty certain my cat's outside right now and my neighbor's cat sits in the window and tries to talk to my cat and my cat just ignores her. Unless, she is meowing back and I can't hear it. But I have a sneaking suspicion that my cat just ignores her. Which I did not raise her like that. It's really funny how she meows at my cat while she sits in the window. She probably wishes she could be outside too. To a point, of course. Probably not when it's raining or cold or anything, just on a day like today. Kitties are not very fond of rain or cold. Neither am I. I hate them too. I hate both of those things. Look at me just trekking along. I couldn't sleep last night, so I did all of those purple flowers. And I consider that time well spent. I also did some laundry. It's like, well, if you can't fall asleep, you might as well be productive. I feel like I've been coloring the same flower forever now. That's what happens when you color and blend like this. It's like takes forever. But it's still fun. It's fun for me. That's what counts, right? I got some really, I think, fun stuff to haul tomorrow, so look out for that, you guys. I love haul videos. That and like completed pages videos are my favorite. And I don't really do completed pages videos because I only color like maybe 2 or 3 pages a month. At the most, I'm like really slow. So even when I color mandalas, I usually don't only color like 2 or 3 a month. I wish I could be one of those people that just colors in a bunch, like 5 or 6 in one book. That would be awesome. But usually if I try to do that, I get really burnt out on that one book and don't touch it for a while. So I try to go back and forth to other things, you know. Now, you don't have to blend 2 colors like I'm doing. You can just leave it like this and then leave the white of the paper. It would still look just as good. I like doing that sometimes too. I'm just in a blending mood today. I think my cat wants in. I'm almost done here, so I can hear her on the other side of the door. She's like, "Mom, let me in." I can hear you in there talking to your coloring friends. Hurry up. Yes, all 20 of you. All 20 of your viewers. 20 is a lot. I'm just kidding. It's more than 20. I'm just glad you guys enjoy my crazy videos. So I enjoy making them. Alright, I hear ya. Can you hear her like picking at the door? I'm almost done. It's funny, like, I've thought about putting a cat door in, but I was like, she would keep me up all night going in and out of that cat door. All I'd hear all night would be, like, the cat door flapping. It would drive me nuts, because she loves to just kind of go in and out, in and out, in and out all day. Hey guys, sorry about that. I don't know what happened, but my phone cut out suddenly. But that's okay, because we were just nearing the end of this flower anyway. So I will see you guys next time, and I hope you have a good day wherever you are in the world, and stay safe. And the next time I see you, I'll have a haul video, so yay! And I'll talk to you guys later.